This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain adult language, violence, and sexual themes, as well as shocking revelations. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where tonight my friends and I will be playing the Magnus Archives role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is Need, which is from Make Your Statement, a new collection of scenarios written by Stacey, Janssen, Jonathon Sims, and Monte Cook. It's available from Monte Cook Games and Drive-Thru RPG. Our game master is Mike McKinn, and this is episode 3. Our recap will be given by Joe Bardalis as his character, Rory McGuire. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Joe?
Thanks, Tom. Thursday, October 16th, 2025. Security log recording by Rory McGuire, head of security for the St. Cyprian Library. Where to begin? It seems we've been following a lot of breadcrumb trails and pulling at a lot of different threads, and sometimes these cross each other or run together, forming some kind of intricate web. The same names start coming up, and in the most surprising of places, but every time it happens, you're just a little less surprised. I suppose the way I see it, we have two main issues right now that are about to come to a head. We have this eclipse that's going to happen up in Nunavut, where two opposing cults, one of them a cult of darkness that Dr. Mel may have once been involved with, and Andrea Coso, the artist, performing some sort of ritual, but they're opposed by another cult, some kind of cult of a void, of empty, of vastness, which seems to be led by that god-awful artist, Walsh Abdul. And more locally, we've got our current case that involves the safety and the lives of the very students that are here on campus with us at McGill. Now, the students should be our first priority. Even though we're on the periphery of the campus, we are part of McGill, and I think right now that's where we have to look. Oh, and then there's the other problem of not Danielle. Yes, not Danielle. That's where we began our day when we had our morning meeting. Dr. Sebastian St. Laurent is very upset about what has happened to his student. He's ready to pack it all in, but I think Dr. Mel and Ethan, Dr. Bosch and I helped convince him that right now we need to protect the other students that are with us. We came up with a lot of ideas, like maybe dismissing all of the student interns at our facility, but then decided it was probably best to keep an eye on them and hopefully keep them safe. We discussed what we learned, verified that this thing somehow can also alter any kind of digital recording of itself to erase what the old person looked like and what they look like. We decided it might be a good idea to try to get try to sneak some analog, non-digital photos of the students that we have, including this not Danielle, to see what we could learn. We also decided maybe we should each of us take Polaroids of the others and keep our own copies hidden somewhere. So if we have to, we'll go back and look to see if one of us is now a not us. So that's where we started our day. We decided it was best to get moving forward. The only way forward is to take a step. So Sebastian and Dr. Bosch decided to stay at the library and do some more research into these not them, see if they could find a weakness or a way to protect ourselves, see whatever they could learn looking at the folklore, what we have in the archives. And Dr. Mel, Ethan, and I decided to head out to investigate a couple leads for some of these cases that we're working on. Maybe it's just one case. We don't know the way things cross. We figured we would start our day by going over to the morgue and finding out what we can about this poor kid that was murdered so close to Andrea Coso's apartment. And then from there, go speak with our latest acquisition of statement from Joanne Crichton and speak with her directly. Absolutely beautiful day out. The fall coming in, the sun was out, the leaves are at peak turning beauty. But no, wasn't a lot of students around who enjoy it. They all seem a little, with all this weirdness and the murder that's going on, they all seem to stay inside and stay out of the way. They're not enjoying it. So we headed over to the morgue where we met again with Dr. Mel's a friend and colleague, Dr. Patricia Henry, where we asked about Ken Wallace, the murdered student. We wanted to find out how he died and any other information we could. We learned that he had been murdered by a knife wound to the neck. I thought it might be a vampire, but it appears that it was just a knife. That's the wound that killed him. The other wounds, multiple wounds all over his body, were just there for, I guess, decoration. Dr. Henry also pointed out something very interesting about the corpse. It was found with these big blisters on its heels, and the shoes that he was wearing had been completely worn down. Instantly, I think all our minds went to these obsessions that some of these students have been having, including our latest, the one on our latest statement, that maybe he was just running or walking for a long period of time. The murderer was most likely as large as or larger, just from the direction of the wounds. And we also learned about another young man who found him, Milton Vandermeer, another student who found the body. We have to look into him as well. After we left there, we decided to meet up with the Joanne Crichton, who gave the statement discussing the obsessive behavior of her then paramour, Nell French. We met her at one of the cafeterias nearby one of the dorms where a lot of freshmen are, the Solon Hall. Meanwhile, back at the library, apparently a man found his way into our library through the basement, not coming through the front doors or anything, but through the basement. Dr. Seb and Mortimer, Dr. Bosch, they found him looking at the corkboard that we have set up with all our evidence. What was very strange was it turned out to be Dr. Jacob Cross, the colleague of Dr. Mel, who disappeared the night of the art gallery through that door that appeared out of nowhere. And apparently he had been wandering around in tunnels and things, couldn't find his way out since that time. Well, they took him upstairs to try to get him, to find out what was going on. I got an email from Albert over at our security firm that does our video surveillance, questioning how this person got in. I replied with a quick, well, it's an old building and apparently there's connections to tunnels to the university. We're looking into it and we found them. We're just going to seal them up. Don't worry about it. I hope I threw them off our trail, but I don't know. So while they were talking to them, we finally met up with Joanne and, asked some things to follow up with her statement. She seemed a little, I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry about that. But we started talking about Mel and learned she had a connection. Her girlfriend, Nell, a former girlfriend, had a connection to the murdered student, Ken Wallace. We found out that Milton Vandermeer was the one who found the body. So meanwhile, back at the library, when questioning, they questioned Dr. Cross for a while, and on his way out, he handed them something very strange. It was a cassette tape, not like one that we use, but it had a statement on it. A statement from a gentleman named Brad Melkirk, who somehow became lost in the pedways in sort of a liminal space. Sounded very familiar to what was going on with Dr. Cross. The weird thing was it wasn't one of our cassettes, and we couldn't tell who the archivist was, but it wasn't one of us who got this statement. So talking with Joanne more, we met her at the cafeteria, and Dr. Mel noticed that one of her favorite people there, one of the head cooks, Chef Roy Demmer, he wasn't there that day, but she noticed a very strange HACCP log. Those are the logs that they use to keep food safe when in institutions like this. And it had every other Tuesday a delivery of a sort of a substitute meat that was coming from one of the McGill laboratories. And it was very interesting because it just sounded worse and worse each week on this log, but they were serving it. Ethan and I noticed they had this thing that they were really trying to promote. It was called what was it called? It was called a miracle meat burger, and couldn't really find out what it was, but it didn't sound very appealing. Anyway, we talked to Joanne about her girlfriend, Nell French, and we asked her if she knew Milton Vandermeer or if Nell knew her. And she believes Milton Vandermeer was the student that was thrown out of a church recently. Not sure if it was the one where the person was holding on to the crucifix or some other connection. She felt that Nell was probably really just upset from the stress of Ken dying. We asked Joanne if we could go speak with Nell because we wanted to follow up with her with some of these relationships with the murdered student. After Ethan was able to convince her that we promised we wouldn't mention her statement or her involvement at all, she gave us the contact information, so we'll be heading there. Before we left, there were 3 professors sitting at a table in the cafeteria, and one of them called Dr. Mel and us over. It was Dr. Bill Madsen, the same entomologist that Dr. Bosch consulted with about the wasps we found that turned into mold back in our Resurrection Mound case, which was interesting. He was sitting with 2 other people, Dr. Edward Damon, who was a math professor, and Dr. Priscilla Donette from the philosophy department. And what was strange was that Dr. Martson told us that the specimen that Dr. Bosch gave him had disappeared from his laboratory about a week ago. He thinks maybe one of the janitors just got rid of it, but it doesn't make sense. As Dr. Mel pointed out, they're pretty well trained not to touch the experiments. But we'll have to let Dr. Mel know that. I haven't heard from them in a while. Just thinking about it now, I haven't heard from Dr. Mel. I'm sorry, I haven't heard from Dr. Bosch or Dr. Seb, so I should probably check in with them. I also think we're probably going to need a bigger corkboard and recording.
Awesome. Thank you, Joe. That was so good. Yeah, a bigger corkboard indeed. Well, we'll start with the 3 of you who have left the cafeteria after talking to Joanne Crichton. And what's the plan for the 3 of you from here?
Did we want to visit Soren Hall and see if we could get into any of their rooms? We had the friend too. What's her name? Beatrice.
Yeah,
kind of dispirited.
Yeah, we're right there. There's no sense in leaving and then coming back.
Yeah, and see, maybe we can get into Ken Wallace's room and find out if what's his name there, Mr. Vandermeer had a room as well. See what we can see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, so the 3 of you are headed that way?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's a short distance from the cafeteria. So you guys are walking through the walk. You hear the leaves kind of crackling underneath your feet as you walk down the sidewalks in downtown Montreal. The sun is still high in the sky, but there's just the beginning of just a little bit of that fall chill in the air as occasional breath of wind kind of passes over. The students seem to be congregated a little bit more around the residential hall, and you can see there's few groups outside. It's quite likely that you could try to go among them and talk to individual if you want to just kind of chat up randos and see if they, or you could head in right in and start looking for rooms and people.
I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt for me to at least keep an ear on what sort of conversations I'm overhearing as we're starting to approach.
Yeah, okay.
That was my thought as well. Just kind of hear, to eavesdrop a little bit, see if they're talking about anything related to what we're looking at.
Yeah, sounds good. How about Rory?
I'm just kind of following along, trying to think of a way how we're going to get around that dorm. I mean, it's a dorm, and we work for the university, but it's a dorm, and professors usually don't go wandering through dorms. And I mean, I could probably pull some kind of security thing.
Okay, well, the two of you who are kind of actively trying to eavesdrop on other conversations or pick up what you hear, I'm going to have you roll a perception or something like that, in an intellect task anyways. And we're going to put the task level at, I think, about 2 probably.
Oh, well, I'm trained in perception, so that would knock it to 1 for me.
Yeah.
Yep, same.
Perfect. Okay. Easy peasy.
18.
Nice.
13.
Yeah, and I think in that case, you both hear some different groups. I think Dr. Melanie, you hear a group of young women by the kind of front doors going into it, kind of chatting about something, and you catch the word Milton Vandermeer, and Ethan, on the other hand, you're going past, and you can hear there's nearby. There's about a couple of vehicles parked on the side of the road. You can see that there is a group, and someone seems to have a camera out and is filming 2 of the other students. One of them is kind of kneeling on the ground, speaking to one of the other students standing there.
Like they're proposing to them, or
no? You can't. It sounds quite like they're professing great things about them or something like that. But the way the others are kind of laughing, you get the sense it's not a proposal per se.
Okay, my curiosity is piqued, so I'm gonna wander a little bit closer. It feels, and I'm not saying this out loud, it's what's going through my head, that it feels very much like, some of the other behavior we heard about, like with the way that Penelope was acting. So I want to get a little bit closer just to see if that's what it is, or just kids goofing around.
Yeah. I'm going to have you give me a second perception task at that point. Okay. Again, an int task. This one's going to be at 4. Level 4.
All right. So I'm sorry. What did you say this was? A perception?
Sorry. Yeah. Perception task. Yeah.
All right. All right. So I'm going to spend some points to knock it down 1. So that'd be 3. 13.
13. So as you get a little closer, you notice that it seems the one student who's standing over the kneeling student is wearing a very luxurious looking leather jacket. He's got slicked back, long, dark hair, and you notice he kind of brushes it out of his eyes, and several very fancy looking rings glitter off his fingers as he does that. As you see one of his friends standing nearby is filming this, you happen to look past and you can see just a little bit further down the street, there's 2 kind of larger looking men who are kind of standing off to the side, staying kind of most of the other students haven't really noticed them. Maybe occasionally you get the sense that someone looks at them and then kind of purposely kind of looks the other way, and you believe that they are security guards or personal bodyguards. And yeah, I'll let you react to that if you want.
As soon as I see that, I think I turn around and try as discreetly as possible, kind of wave Rory over.
Yeah.
And point them out.
Yeah, you notice Melanie's kind of just moved over to the kind of the periphery of a group standing by the building. Rory, you see this. You're able to join Ethan if you want.
All right. What you think's going on over there?
I don't know. I don't know if this is just some rich kid and this is, they're his guards, but it seems a little out of place.
So, all of our students with private security.
You hear the kneeling student now as you get a little closer. And truly, when it comes right down to it, I know nothing about math, but that's because I'm a stupid idiot, and Andre is amazing at it. And you see the guy nearby holding the phone is filming it and watching it, and he looks to the other student and presumably Andre, who's like, yeah, and just how smart am I? He says, you are amazing. You're clearly the best in the class. You're like, okay, thank you. And they stop filming, and the student says, so, and Andre goes through his pocket, and you can see him pull out two $50 bills and hand them to the student who is kneeling on the ground, who so that wasn't so bad. And Andre says, well, we have it on film now, so everyone can see how much smarter I am than you. And the student still kind of looks at him oddly and shrugs and wanders away to join the others. You see kind of the little gang surrounding Andre have kind of closed in.
Well, that's that kid we were hearing about, that rich kid who was paying people to talk him up.
Oh, that's right.
Probably sounds like someone. He's obviously still in the thick of it. Maybe we should talk to him now. Let's go over. Do you want to go over? All right. I know he's got his security guards, but I feel I'm a little bigger.
Okay. Yeah, let's kind of walk over, and I'm kind of keeping my eyes half on the security guards too to see if they react to us walking over.
They definitely clocked you guys, but they haven't reacted at all. They just seem to be watching. They seem completely passive. As you get closer and you hear Andre a little bit closer, maybe I haven't been doing his voice, but you hear just a little bit of a Russian accent on him as he speaks to the others, and kind of pushes again, and one of his other friends shrugs and then says, well, look, you are the man, Andre. You run this place. If it wasn't for you, this whole school would probably fall apart. And they all kind of laugh, and Andre smiles, and then his eyes kind of roam across and come and rest on the two of you. Come to pay your respects?
Well, I will say that we've certainly heard of you. Andre, right?
Yeah. And he looks to his friend with the camera. Come on, get it rolling. Is that you're here to announce and tell the world, share in my glory?
No, just more curious at the spectacle you're making of yourself. And I am trying to antagonize him a little bit.
Yeah, no. Immediately his face changes. Says, no, you should be here to praise me. Praise me.
Okay. And if I don't,
I don't see what your point of coming over was then.
Do I notice this eventually?
Yeah, we can flip back to you. Melanie, you hear this group you're talking about kind of saying that Milton Vandermeer has been missing from his classes and their kind of attitude as well. He's kind of a creepy guy, and like, wow, yeah, did you hear he had some breakdown at his church?
Okay. So nothing super new that we didn't know already. So I'm gonna sort of cast my gaze over to see what those two are up to.
Yeah, you can see Rory and Ethan. Ethan's kind of closed the distance. I don't know how close Rory's gotten.
Roy's right behind Ethan. He's got his arms crossed. They can see that this is a big man behind them. Yeah. Just kind of looking, not saying.
All right, so I'm gonna sort of sidle up as I'm just wanting to watch this interaction. And actually, I would actually like to do. I can't decide if this would be psychology or discerning motive. Looking at this kid to see like what am I getting like.
Let's do psychology. I like psychology.
Okay. Because basically I'm doing a sort of like Sherlockian cold read, I guess. Like what do I notice about this kid or his demeanor or whatnot. And because he is very, very distracted and doesn't notice I'm there, does that give me a bit of a boost?
Interestingly, I think it might. He's going to be level 2 for this kind of a check. But yeah, I'll count that as a level of easement.
Okay. And in psychology, I am specialized.
Okay, well, at that point, it's free. So you are getting the read that as much as you hear him yelling at Ethan to praise him, you still get a little bit of a takeaway that there's something just a little bit dead about his eyes. There's something about his personality that's maybe a little bit muted or absent. Like you're under the impression that this could very much be the same thing that Joanne described in Mel French.
Okay. So I'm definitely going to want to sort of hang back and observe.
Okay.
To sort of see how this goes. Because I might have something of a theory about what's happening with these people, but I kind of would like to see if I'm right.
Okay, sounds good. Ethan, you're standing right in front, and he says, hey, and you notice this time he looks you over again, and he's very clearly taking in your clothes and you. And he says, like, who even are you?
No one of consequence. And it's funny, the only people I know who need people to tell them how great they are the ones who really aren't great. So I just find this all amusing. Now, so I want to ask one question. I have a ability called Understanding, where I observe or study a creature or object. Your next interaction with that creature or object gains 1 asset. It is an action. Could I be doing that right now?
Yeah.
It does cost 1 intellect point, but I have an edge in intellect, so it should be free, correct?
Yep.
So
100%.
I'm basically studying his inner, just how he reacts to this. Again, what's going through my head is I'm convinced that he, with what's going on, that's what's happening to him. I want to see what happens when he doesn't get what he needs.
Yeah. And you're seeing that already a little bit. He's starting to get a little bit more and more agitated and insistent that he be praised. You notice that a few of the followers around him are starting to look a little bit nervous themselves, and one of them looks as though he's almost like pleading you to like just go along with it, like make this easy for all of us. We can make some money here. But Andre stares at you. You will praise me.
I will not. I start laughing and start to turn around and look at Rory and say, come on, let's go out of here. This guy's not worth any of our time.
What I want to know is, does it appear that like this type of rage, is it kind of the stuff that comes from like basically how do I put this? Your basically biggest insecurity button getting stabbed?
Yeah, that if using psychology to diagnose this and look at the way he's acting, he must have some kind of deep-seated need that's been unlocked in regards to the self-worth or the valuation of others. As Ethan moves away, the others move in quickly, and you can hear them. One of them quickly say, "That guy's a total jerk, Andre. You are amazing. You are incredible." Is that the Sidorovs have always been amazing, and one of the other students says, "Yeah, don't worry about it, man. It's just somehow he look." And Andre said, "Yeah, well, like I care what like poor people like him would even think." And the friends kind of nervously laugh, and one of them, maybe the guy with the camera off to the side, looks back at you, Ethan, and he kind of makes a motion like, "Come on, please, just keep going."
Rory's wants to assist by he's going to threaten the other students that are around him to get them to leave. Well, I'm with campus security, and what I'm seeing right now is a bunch of students taking advantage of another student who is in some kind of crisis or perhaps drug use, and they're taking advantage of him financially. Now, I think I'm going to march you all down to the dean's office, and we're going to have a little discussion about this if you don't clear out of here right now.
They start to panic, and you know what? I'll have you roll give me a might check for intimidation or something like that.
Okay, so I have intimidation and might. What's the difficulty on that?
We're going to say difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3. So I've let's see. I have intimidation, so that goes down to 2. And intimidation. I'm going to spend 2 points to take it down to 1 because I have an edge. Okay, oops. And so that will, so I just need a 3 or higher. That is a 15.
A 15. And you see they start to disperse immediately. And one of them says, "Well, sorry, Andre, I got to go to class. I'll see you later." And a few of the others back off and
Oh, I forgot this. Does that include the bodyguards too? Because
the bodyguards start closing in now a little bit.
Okay. Do they look like they go to school here? They're students being paid.
No, they're not. They're definitely too old. They look like probably mid-30s or older.
All right, so
clearly not dressed like students. They're wearing suits.
Do you two gentlemen belong on this campus? Because I don't believe you do.
We are employees of the Sidorov family. What's your business with Andre?
Our business is his behavior right now. We're going to be taking it to the dean of students, and we're going to be discussing some matters. You two gentlemen are not invited. This does not concern you.
Our job is to keep Andre safe. Are you really campus security? Show some ID.
I'm going to take out my St. Cyprian.
Yeah, you're not hearing it in my voice, but they definitely have the trace of the Russian accent as well when they speak.
Okay.
I'm sort of approaching now as this is going on. And when I hear the word Sidorov, I sort of pause for a minute because I'm like, wait a second. Straight to the group chat, everybody. I've got my phone in my pocket. Wasn't there a mention of a Sidorov in one of the papers we found?
The letter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pulling up the letter now. I feel Rory would know more about the letter than I do.
I don't recall, but that doesn't mean.
Yeah, but anyway,
so much I don't recall a lot.
Right. So, anyways,
but I'm sure if I see that message come across, then I'm sure it would draw something.
Right. I sort of like, gentlemen, I say to the two bodyguards, do we have a problem here? I pull out my own ID. I'm a professor in the psychology department. What's going on?
You're saying to the guards or to the Andre?
Anybody who wants to fill me in.
Oh, we just have somebody who's acting outside their social level, trying to get people to like them by paying them. It's really nothing. Rory's taking care of it. I'm sure it'll be some academic discipline. Yeah, I'm trying to antagonize him a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you using
knowing
your ability?
No, because that makes them move.
Okay.
If you're talking about agitate,
No.
yeah, that makes them physically move. So no.
So while this is all going on, I'm gonna play along with Rory, but I'm also going to pop missing detail.
Okay.
As I'm watching this interaction to see if is there anything that knowing that I have some. Sorry, now that we have some background to what's going on or who some of these people might be, plus knowing that this guy probably is a curse victim or whatever's happening with him, maybe that'll make a few connections in my brain suddenly fire up.
I think then maybe you remember back to Joanne's original statement and her ordeal ending after having even kind of a brief physical contact with with Nell.
Okay. At which point I'm like, I say to the guards, sirs, my only concern is the safety and well-being of your client, which I'm sure you can agree with us that he's that he's not acting like himself.
As it turns out, he's kind of a brat all the time, so they think about that for a second and then go and look at each other. They seem a little bit unsure of how to answer, and Andre finally speaks up and says, "Look, what do you guys want?"
Are you all right? You. I'm just. She's like, For all I've seen, you don't seem the type to be handing money out left and right like this. Is everything all right?
He is. You see, he kind of blinks his eyes for a second, and he says, "Yeah. So what about it? I can do what I want to do. It's my money." And his tone is changing. His body position is changing. He's a little bit less as confident as he was before. And you think you might have gotten through whatever it was that was over him.
Mm-hmm. I flick a glance to one of his guards. I'm like, I think he might. Would you mind if we asked him a few questions? I'm actually a little concerned about his well-being at the moment.
Listen, I don't need you to worry about me. I've got things under control.
I'm sure you do, but sorry. Let me rephrase that. Oh, I'm sure you do, but you know, any of us are here for help if needed. But I did want to ask, do you by any chance know a Penelope French, Milton Vandermeer, or Tim Wallace?
He clearly reacts when you say Milton Vandermeer, the Bible pusher. I haven't seen him for a while, but yeah, I have a class or two with him. And Nell, yeah, she's the athlete, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, I kind of know of Ken. He's the kid who bit it or whatever. Yeah. Well.
Yes. I was just curious, as it seems like all of you are have been going through a few things in the last day or two. Was there something you all have done in common? Maybe are you all in a class together by any chance?
Well, yeah, I have different classes with a few of them, but what are you getting at? I can do with my money what I want.
No, of course not. I was just wondering, what brought this on?
I don't know. I just felt like it might be nice to hear people recognize that I'm better than them.
Oh, believe me, if you think this is unusual, you've not seen a faculty lounge around evaluation time.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't seem sure how to totally reply to that, but he says, "Look, Milton's a chump. He's a total loser Bible kid. And I mean, Nell, I don't know, she clearly doesn't have the means behind her to really get what she needs.
I sort of tilt my head. Is that about needs? Was there like an event that happened that maybe before? Was there something that maybe all of you may have experienced at the same time that might have, I don't know, triggered a desire to fulfill a need?
Yeah, right. As if I don't have anything in common with those losers.
All right.
Give me another psychology check.
Okay, well, how hard is this?
This is level 4 now.
Okay.
As he's recognized you're poorer than him, that changes his stats.
Well, I mean, granted, depending on if you're fully tenured or not, academics are not, aren't poor in general, but yeah. All right. Anyway, so I've got specializations that would knock it to a 2.
Okay,
correct?
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
All right. I made it. 8.
Okay. Yeah, he's talking tough, but you can tell that he's sounding as though he's fairly freaked out about this.
Okay. I glance over to the bodyguards and I'm like, may I?
No, you may not. I don't think his father would appreciate any continued talk. I think we're shutting this down here. Andre said, yeah.
All right.
I don't think so, gentlemen. I don't think so. This is a school issue. He's a student here. We've got a student in crisis, so I think we're going to have to go. We're going to have to go over to the dean's office, all of us.
All right, that's fair. However, when I go to join Rory and Ethan, I deliberately kind of make my ankle turn a little bit, so I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and as I stumble into Andre.
And he kind of gives a bit of a gasp, and it seems to shrink a little bit as he does it.
I'm so sorry. Are you all right?
Of course I'm fine. Just don't touch me.
Okay. All right. My apologies. My ankle turned. I kind of do like a limp kind of over to my colleagues.
Come on, everyone. Let's go. And then I'm just going to quickly whisper to Ethan and Dr. Mella. Have you guys heard from Seb and Dr. Bosch? They're not replying to messages.
No,
that seems
not
like
at all.
the perfect place to flip over and where the camera sinks below into the street and underground to where Mortimer stands at the end of a corridor. Looking far down the other side of it, you see yourself staring back at you.
Can you
Well, I think it's
can you throw something and hit yourself in the butt?
I
Here,
don't have anything to throw.
we got lots of stuff here. I'll give him like a paperweight. Here, try this.
I look at you oddly. I'm looking around to see, is this the Sebastian that I know, or is this an alternate Sebastian? What clues are here? What's on the floor as far as stuff that I dropped?
This hallway is where you thought the murder room was supposed to be, or where your investigation room was supposed to be. So this hallway is untouched. They're looking back towards where Seb is. You see the line of now different magazines than the first ones you'd laid out.
You know, we could try this as like a leapfrog kind of thing. Why don't we keep doing this and see if it gets weirder and weirder as you go?
Well, Seb, I'm not sure that this is working the way that we think that it is. I think every time you turn a corner, you might be teleported somewhere quite distant.
Mm-hmm.
Let's test it. The last chess game that we played.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What did I do after Queen to Queen's Rook 3?
Well, I remember that you spilled some food on your pants, and then you were very distracted about something, and then you went to the queen. I think I advanced the pawn to the final row there, and I queened it.
Does it seem to me that that's what he did, or is it?
Yes, that sounds right. You think?
Right?
And you spilled food all over yourself.
Because I'm thinking that in chess moves there might be variations that show up in a multiverse.
You know, if we keep doing this, maybe I'll hit a universe where I have like horns and a tail.
Well, we need to find a way out. We need to find our way back to the others.
The Mortimer on the other side of the hall, opposite you, 20, 30 feet away, seems to mirror your actions exactly.
So that is you.
I am going to turn my body so that Mortimer is looking at me. I'm not looking at him. I'm looking off like this.
I can watch this, right?
As you turn your body, he turns his body.
Right. But I want it to where he's turning his body towards looking at me.
Then you have to look at him.
See me. Oh, so we're mirroring then.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll look at him in a mirror and I will try to convey in charades or pidgin sign language any ideas on how to find our way out.
Your charade is doubled and done back to you.
That's you. That's totally. I don't know why the magazines are different, but that's you.
Well, then he should walk towards me if I walk towards him.
Then you'd have to step in the hallway.
Yeah, and also, that might be bad. If you somehow make contact with yourself.
Well, what if it's just a mirror at the end of the corridor? I mean, at this point, it looks like a mirror at the end of the corridor.
I'm slightly worried. I mean, it's never very good in stories if you somehow make contact with your doppelganger.
Why don't you get to where you can see both of us, and then we should be able to see the other you in the mirror.
Okay. Sure.
Are we able?
So as Seb steps into it, you see down the hallway, opposite steps, Seb step in and stand beside Mortimer.
So it's acting just like a mirror.
Yeah. I don't know why the magazines are different. Okay, maybe we are the same, but the environment changes. Why don't you try a couple more transits to see if things change radically? Like a magazine change is not significant.
Now the investigation room is actually behind you guys, back where the stairs were supposed to be.
Oh, let's move towards that.
Okay.
Maybe it's the hallway that's cursed. So let's move back towards our room. But before we step out into the investigation room, we're going to stand at the door and look into it and make sure it actually is our investigation room and not some alternative.
Walking back down the hall towards where you were, you're passing these magazines, and you can see one of them is now flipped open as one of you had passed and knocked it ajar or something, and you can see a brightly colored ad of a woman standing in front of a car holding a box, and it says, "Everything will be better soon," above it.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Yeah.
Okay. I think since we're dealing in fears, I think this obviously becomes a fear of being entrapped. And it's a patient one because the longer we're here, the more the fear builds. Doesn't even have to try, right? Eventually we will start to panic. And we got to not panic.
No, I wasn't planning on that. I'm actually really curious. I want to see how deviant it gets.
How? You know what we did? We made a terrible mistake, and our terrible mistake was opening that door in the first place.
Well, how could
I think
you
it was. I think it was locked for a reason, and this is probably the reason.
And we had no warning of any kind. So
and
it's our job to open doors.
Why would it be here?
You get to the end of the hall, and looking back, of course, now the murder room is gone. You can see there is a different room there, and a hallway leading on from it deeper, but first in the room itself seems to be completely empty. There's no sign of your murder board. You can see there looks like a small table off to the side and kind of a stand with a very old looking TV. Across, sitting against the wall, you see what looks like a mummified corpse.
Jeez.
I should have stayed put, and you could have orbited around me until we figured this out.
I'm actually
Wait a minute.
thinking that I don't think we have to travel. I
No.
think if we just walk back and forth every time we do, it's going to change location.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go up to the TV. Is this an old TV?
Oh, you're going to go into
a
the
tube
room?
TV. Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to go in the room.
Okay, I'm standing in the doorway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? Sorry, did you say it was a new or old TV?
It's an old TV. It's a tube TV, and it's got a fairly sturdy stand.
Is it
goes
plugged
back.
in?
It has a cord coming from it, but as you look at the wall, there's no place to plug it in.
I'll try turning it on anyways, because why not?
Yeah, you turn it on and it flicks, and you can see bars of static rolling across it.
So it's an old over-the-air broadcast TV?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay, I'm going to start tuning channels.
Yeah, as you turn the channel, you see it does that thing where it flips, and everything seems to be static. But I'm going to have you make an intellect defense roll at this point.
Okay.
It's going to be a level 5.
All right. Well, I am trained in intellect defense of 4. And I will spend 2 levels to knock it down. So that's going to cost me 5 intellect points. So that'll knock it down to 2. $12.
12. You see for a second that within that static, it's starting to form into fractals, swirling and spinning, getting slowly from a center point, getting larger and mathematically correct across as it spins, and you feel it starting to draw you in before you get control of yourself and snap your attention away from it.
Well, Doctor, I think we have a clue here. It's suggesting its nature is fractal, which means iterative and repetitive, but that's what we've been seeing.
Yeah.
But the slightest variation will bring a completely different result.
Yeah,
It's a butterfly effect. Check out the corpse.
absolutely.
Whose is it mine or
our
yours?
rifle. It's neither, I hope. Our rifle is pockets. I feel like I'm in like a LARP or something.
Yeah, the corpse sits against the wall. You can see that it looks fairly well preserved. It's impossible to tell really how long it's been there. It's a man, could be anywhere from his 20s to 40s. Yeah. You can see he seems to be wearing corduroy pants and a sweater. He's got a very intellectual, academic kind of look to him.
Doesn't match our guess, does it?
No, it does not.
Okay, just check.
Doesn't match us either, right?
Nope, doesn't match either of you. Yeah, you're
Somebody else who was trapped in here.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm looking for a wallet with ID, basically.
Yeah, you find 2 things on him. One is a wallet, and going through it, you do find there is a driver's license that lists him as Marc Antoine. And
Marc Antoine, does the name ring a bell, Dr. Bosch?
it definitely might for Bosch, maybe having gone through some of the
Oh,
records.
what's the
Marc-
renewal date on the driver's license? It'll tell us how old this is.
Oh, yes. It's about 10 years ago.
Maybe before I started working here then.
Yeah, probably before maybe just before Mortimer started working or just after. But Marc Antoine, was once an archivist here or at.
Oh.
Oh, we did know that name. Right, okay. Shoot. Did he leave any... Okay, wait a minute. He's an archivist and he's perished here. He must have left a document.
Or one version
His
of it.
instincts,
Yeah.
he would have left a document. Does he have a recorder or a notebook?
You do see that he's got a recorder, and that is
Ah.
the other thing you find is that there's a tape recorder.
Good man.
It's empty though.
Oh. Okay, I'll just make sure this tape isn't on him somewhere. Some toolkit?
No. Yeah. You kind of remember Jacob Cross coming from these hallways and mentioning that he had found a tape, that one by Brad Melkirk.
Yeah, but Brad Melkirk survived.
Yeah.
And Brad, he wasn't an academic, was he? Oh, what's the name on the driver's license? It's not Brad.
Yeah, the driver's license is Marc Antoine.
Yeah.
So
Fate of Mark. This is a trap we're in.
Do either of you have just... Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
But set by who? Actually, I do have some abilities, don't I?
Yeah.
We both do, yeah.
See what you can work with here. There is you might be able to come up with it, but you may have an ability that helps as well.
Supernatural comprehension.
Yep.
You identify the parameters of an unnatural effect with an immediate distance, like a curse, presence of something inhuman, or a spell.
A curse or a spell, for sure.
It takes at least a minute of study and reflection and costs me 2 intellect points.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing for the next 2 minutes.
Yep. Sounds good. How about Seb?
Well, I got the same deal, but we might as well let him do it. Does it look like he just basically starved to death here?
You get the feeling that's quite likely. There doesn't seem to be any wounds or anything like that.
Is there a door leading out?
Yes, there is. Yeah, a door leading past.
And yet he didn't go through it.
Well, if he just gave up or something. But, Doctor, I do think you're right. This could just be an effort to make us afraid. The guy on the tape, I was going to suggest this, he escaped by knocking himself out. He lost consciousness and he was no longer here. He fell down some stairs or something, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
We could just
Makes
go to
me also
sleep.
wonder if...
Yeah.
What if we are unconscious and this is all in our head?
I don't want to test that one out.
We can't speculate, but...
No, that's dangerous.
It's harder to knock yourself out than you think that it is.
No, don't even try. That's foolish.
I don't know how to... I'm taking martial arts, but I don't know how to choke somebody out yet.
Rory.
Oh, that's quite all right. I would just suggest taking a nap. I don't mean we don't need to punch ourselves.
I'll let either of you guys make an intelligence task or an intellect task as well. We'll say level 5 to figure out. Level 5 to figure out.
Well, how about you roll, Dr. Mortimer? I'm helping you. Therefore, we'll get it.
All right. And we'll find out what I get from the study.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that'll be something separate, actually.
All right. So I have an edge. I have 2 edges, and I have currently a 9 in intellect.
Yeah, so you have 9 points available. So yeah, with 2 edge, you could spend 1 level of effort for 1 point, or you could spend 2 levels of effort, and it'll cost you 3 points.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Bring it down to 6.
Amazing. Yes, that might be enough.
And so I need
6 bears.
6 or higher. Yeah. And you're in a horror activated mode, I should say. So 1 or 2 are going to trigger bad stuff.
I got a 13.
Okay, wonderful. And you realize as that clicks and something major slides into place that like, okay, you should have had this quite easily, and you begin to like attribute it to the nature of this place. But Marc Antoine likely recorded Brad Melkirk's statement. Is it possible that he was investigating it to end up here?
Yes.
Possibly, yeah.
That's what we would do. Okay.
I'm wondering, did he make any other tapes, or did he leave some clues?
Well, obviously, that's what I thought.
Obviously, he didn't find his way out, so...
You would think he would have documented his experience. Let's look around a bit. So there's nothing on him whatsoever.
No marks on the wall.
No. From where you stand, Mortimer, you can see the room is lit by wall sconces. On either side of the wall, on the side behind the TV, there's 2, and then on the front wall with the door going through. So you can see a kind of very sickly warm light wash across you both. You can see Seb's shadow behind him on the wall. There's the hallway back behind you, or going forward through the door in this room.
No, we kind of know it doesn't matter either way, right?
Why don't you just open the door and see what's out there?
Okay.
Opening the door, you can see it looks like another hallway like this, but the floor is cement in this one. There's no more of the ratty carpet.
We're getting farther away. from the central point.
Right. Well, all right.
Let's go back.
Let's go back and try to basically get things closer to the original. If it matters, that's the problem. Doctor Bosch, should we take this poor fellow with us?
No.
Really?
He might not even be ours. No, let him rest here. He's rested here long enough.
All right. It just feels a little bit wrong to leave his body here.
Well, we could go into the next room and find another copy, and then another copy, and then another
that would
copy.
be... Yes, you're right. That might happen.
Let's just get ourselves out of here.
Okay.
So we're going to try to go back the way we came.
Back into the hallway, walking towards the other one. You almost can't quite, unless you want to specifically tell me you're not looking down. You both very much walking around the magazines. Notice that the one right in the center of the hall, the ad now has the woman standing up front holding the box directly in front of the camera of the magazine, and it says, "You're almost there."
Something is trying to give us hope, or perhaps so that it can just shatter that hope and make us get frightened.
Or there could be two opposing forces there.
Let's follow the trail of magazines.
At the end of the hall, looking into the room, you can see the murder room.
Well, let's check it out and see if it's the same one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's step into it.
It's the same except for one thing, and that is the lack of another door leading on.
So this is a sealed room except for the door going into the...
But otherwise, you see your murder board, you see the empty plastic remains of someone's lunch that was moved off to the side.
Is the murder board accurate to what we put up to it? Like the right names and everything?
Yep.
I'm going to see if I can get a signal.
Yeah, you get a signal.
I'm going to try and contact Dr. Melanie.
Yeah.
And say...
Melanie, you guys are walking along with Sidorov and his bodyguards when you get a ding.
Okay. I have to take this. Hello?
Dr. Melanie, this is Dr. Bosch.
Dr. Bosch.
Just listen. Seb and I went into the red room unintentionally, and we are trapped. We seem to be moving from one alternate universe to another, and we don't have any signal when we're in there. We are currently in the murder investigation room, only it's not.
Wait, does this have a camera?
No window or door.
Is there a security feed?
No, there weren't cameras put in down here.
Okay.
Dr. Bosch, if that were the case, then why do you have signal now?
Well, we're in the murder room, but there's no way out of it except back through... I don't know. I don't even know if this is actually you or if this is an alternate you, or if you're listening to an alternate me. In any case, don't under any circumstances go into the extra room in the basement.
All right,
were you doing something?
What?
Oh, I think Seb was about to...
No, I was going to just comment, but it might not be safe to go into the murder room even. We may just have to make the basement off limits.
Well, I'm not so sure that makes sense.
Pardon? Well, what was that, Dr. Bosch?
Seb's wondering if the basement itself is part of the trap that we're in.
I don't think so, or something would have happened a long time ago.
I think the problem is that I opened that door, and we gained access to a multidimensional maze.
Wait.
But we don't have the hallway anymore, right? We can't get back upstairs.
You might go into...
You have the door that you came through to get into the investigation room. You could go back out to the hallway. Do you want to go back?
But that hallway is the hall. No, I'm not going to. But that's the hallway we'd normally go upstairs.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So if you will, you can come to the murder investigation room, but don't go through that extra door. Maybe
course
you'll
not.
find us.
Right, of course not.
That
Oh,
might be dangerous.
did you by any chance? So now that has me worried for my colleague. That's, oh boy, lovely.
Dr. Baudry, you hear a voice come through over the phone line in the background as and you recognize as Director Celine Delacroix's voice. Are you boys still down here?
Did we hear that?
Yeah. And you can see standing in the doorway is Delacroix.
I thought I just heard Celine.
Hold on, Delacroix, just stay right there. Don't come.
Meet us back at the Kiprion Library.
All right, I'll be there.
Just stay right there, Miss Delacroix.
Yeah, indeed. I noticed there's quite the pornographic display down the hallway.
Yes, that's fine. Mortimer, just hold on a sec. I'm going to walk into the hall that she's in and look and see if there's a thing that goes up.
You can see the stairs going up at the end of it.
Does she smell like smoke?
Yeah, she does, yeah.
Okay. Maybe this is it.
Yeah, but I don't want her to get trapped. Is there the stairs up?
Yep. Yeah, the stairs up are at the end of the hall.
Okay.
There's no other doors.
I am going to we did reattach the red door, didn't we?
The red door seems to be gone completely now.
It's gone. Excellent. Yeah. All right.
That doesn't mean it won't come back.
But it doesn't mean that it also might mean that we're not in the right universe, but whatever. I just want to get the fuck out of this room. Let's go with Celine. And as we're going, we're going to look at everything. Where the placement of every camera, make sure everything was.
Right. We can do some tests to see if this is the right Celine.
I was going to ask you two if you've been perhaps working the students a bit too hard. I sent Miss Martine home for the day. She was acting rather as if she ate something that disagreed with her.
Uh-oh. That means that, yeah. So you sent her home. Did she look ill or vomiting or?
No, just a little bit puzzled, perhaps.
Puzzled. She lost contact with us. Sorry, Celine, I'm going to sound like a terrible bore, but which husband are you on again?
Number 4, of course.
Okay. No, this is the right one.
As we leave the murder investigation room, I'm locking the door.
Yeah. You may want... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say to Dr. Bosch, Dr. Bosch, if we lost contact with the regular universe and we were marked as her victims somehow, she's lost her meal. That's why she's acting weird. This might be an opportunity to do something.
It's all assumptions.
Well, yeah, I know. Sorry.
Well, you seem to have received a few messages. I was CC'd on one of them. You might want to check your email, Mr. Right. Bosch.
Yeah. Thank you, Celine.
Yeah.
You're a savior.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I wouldn't want either of the two of you to get in over your head, of course. Your investigation is going well, I take it?
It's interesting. But it's very convoluted and it's all over the place. So once we have something solid to hold on to, we'll inform you.
Celine, do you know if their service was ever held for that archivist who went missing?
Archivist who went missing? I'm not sure I'm aware of.
Oh, okay.
You mean there was a service for Miss Pascal after she perished on a overseas flight, but
Marc Antoine, the name ring a bell?
Of course, yes. He was one of the assistants at the same time I was.
What happened to him?
What happened to him?
We lost touch after the director of the time disbanded the St. Cyprian Library. He let us all go and we went our separate ways, and after a few years the Magnus Archives from London called me and Jean and had us come back and reopen it, but we never did hear from Mark again.
Well, here, I'll hand over the driver's license and the wallet. I think he died in the line of duty. You might want to let the head office know.
That's rather unexpected, and probably for the first time since the two of you have worked with her, you see a look of kind of surprise on her face.
It's unfortunate. Poor guy.
We'll flip over to the other three. Having got this message from Mortimer to come back, how are the three of you handling Andrei Sidorov and the two guards?
Well, I definitely want to see after my little stumble. Yeah. How's he doing?
Your read on him is he seems to be getting increasingly almost tired or seeming sleepy. He seems fairly... He doesn't drop his attitude, but he seems fairly amenable to questions.
Okay, so it appears it might have finally broken?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, come to think of it, I asked Andrei, Sidorov, that name sounds familiar. Do you have a sister by any chance?
Oh, I do, but she'd never hang out with you.
I don't think so. It's just like, I rather doubt it myself, but...
Is your sister a student here? Or
No, she dropped out years ago ahead of me. I don't know. I think she still lives in Montreal. I'm not really in touch with her.
Oh, really? I'm sure it's probably written down somewhere, but I can't quite recall. What's her name again?
And he answers, but for the brief moment, for some reason, I don't remember. So I'm just looking. Why do I have? Oh, there it is. It's Nikki.
Nikki Sidorov. Nikita, then?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. It'll come back to me eventually. Well, head back. I would suggest maybe you've had a long day. Maybe head back to your dorm and get some sleep.
If I feel like it, I guess I might, but we'll see.
I give his guards a glance.
Like, hey.
I think you better get some sleep, son. And if you're working for his father, because you're not really working for him, I think he's going to want to make sure his son is safe. So we can pick this up another time with the dean, but we're not done yet here.
About Ken Wallace, you guys, like, seriously, people die. That's what they do. If you just better get used to it at some point. And the guards kind of give you guys a shrug at that time themselves and start leading him back out away. You get the feeling that they're not leading him towards the dorm, rather towards a limo or something parked nearby.
Mm-hmm. Probably doesn't live on campus. We need to get back to the library.
Oh, well,
and find out what's the hell is going on over there now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also, I just remembered. That's why I tripped on him. Physical contact tends to break the compulsion. Not sure why.
Huh.
But yeah, let's get back there.
The three of you head back and get back to the St. Cyprian Library as Celine Delacroix has gone back to her office, and Mortimer and Seb are
having hot cocoa.
Having hot cocoa, yes.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It appears that now mid to late afternoon, most of the students have, or rather all the students have left for the day, and it's the five of you plus Celine in her office.
So, everybody, I'm a little worried. Apparently not Danielle has drastically changed their behavior.
But do we want Celine
what
to know? If we're in her office, do we want Celine to know about not Danielle yet? Or
no,
we don't have to tell her about that.
Oh, we're in her office.
Yeah,
but we're just using her office. Okay.
She's not there. Okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
I gesture toward the camera, like, or does she not have a camera in her office?
Yeah, no, you're fairly sure that she does have a camera either right outside or right on the inside of her door coming in. Seb and Mortimer may have some doubt based on some of her words of what exactly she knows or doesn't know.
Yeah. Let's go to Michael's Cafe down the street.
Okay. All right.
I've been wanting one of their croissants anyway.
Well, first things first, gentlemen. Dr. Bosch, Dr. Saint Laurent, at a meeting in this very area this morning where we discussed at all times we were going to be in pairs or we were going to be in groups of more, but never alone.
We stuck out.
Why did you leave the room?
We stayed in pairs. We did not break contact.
We stayed within visual contact.
Yeah, we never broke contact.
But
all right.
I'm worried about you. I don't want anything to happen to either of you. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, the thing is, she's changed her behavior. I'm worried either she's going to go on to another victim, or something's going to happen. That we probably should follow up on this right now.
Yeah.
Well, I have an idea, but let's get to the coffee.
Yes.
Okay, we'll get to the coffee place. That's fine.
Yes. As we're sort of hustling over there, I'd keep my voice kind of low and fill them in on what happened with Andre.
Yeah.
And what we've discovered about the compulsion.
Well, the Sidorov
and about Nikita.
Yeah, the Sidorov reference made a reference to something called the Master of Puppets. So maybe she's got some ability to make people act weird.
In fact, I think it actually distinguished her separately, Sidorov separately from the Master of Puppets. Saying Sidorov was one thing. Different? Yeah.
The Master of Puppets was something else. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
As well as it knows you, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
So we go over the bizarre details of the downstairs.
Yeah.
Multiverse, multi-roomed, endless.
So
I have an interesting idea.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've been wondering all the time that we were in there, why is it there? Obviously, somebody at some point created some sort of spell or trap and put it down there, and I was foolish enough to open up the door and go inside, which for at least temporarily, I hope we're not still trapped down there, but I'm thinking, what if we use the trap? If we can. The door is missing now. The red door is gone, but maybe it'll come back. If we get the knot then into that room and close the door, our problem might be solved.
Well, that might necessitate us bringing it back somehow, and that's...
Well, I mean, I could say I've got some work for you to do and put it inside that room.
Right. And now that I think about it, this gives me a reason to interrogate Dr. Cross. He knows something about this. Maybe he knows how to summon the thing.
But Dr. Cross got out. You two got out. Is there a guarantee that not them wouldn't be able to get out?
No, but I think that if we close that door and then we build another brick wall in front of it so that there's no longer, even if the door appears, there's no way out.
Yeah, but there's other access points.
There's a potential it could even buy time, possibly. So it's
if nothing else.
But the thing is, I have a more immediate sense that she might be changing victims. I think she was actually targeting me. She might be changing victims. She might be about to feed again in some way. We need to check what's going on, or we're going to have somebody else dead.
Do you have any objection to us taking a standard analog photograph of you?
What, we ask her that?
You. No, I'm asking you.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, well then I don't think we have to worry about you being changed yet.
No. I'm not, and I'm not afraid for myself.
Yes, but we don't know that until...
Okay, her choice of meal might have changed. You and I weren't part of the regular space time continuum for a while. She might have had a hook in me going like, there's my dinner. Where'd it go? I'm hungry. What the hell?
But
she might be going for somebody else. We have to make sure somebody doesn't get killed.
You can think too of your time in the basement and Mortimer talking about not panicking and not fearing, and then think about all the time you've spent worrying about not Danielle and making plans and things, and you've given her quite a feast.
Right, but we stopped feeding her then. Maybe that's it, because we were focused on the basement.
In any case, Seb, what we need to know is how to catch her, how to stop her before we do anything.
Yeah,
otherwise,
we got interrupted during the research for that. That's so annoying.
Do we
starve her?
I don't know, but there's something new that downstairs represents some sort of multidimensional wall-moving maze that was created. It had to be created by something. It could very well be created by something in this library, since it's downstairs. Some
Just to clarify
ancient
something,
spell book or something.
you said on the TV in that room that it had fractals on it.
Yep.
Yeah, a spiral.
Very
It was trying to draw him in.
Very recently, I saw Jacob's screensaver
Jacob who?
It's-
Jacob Cross, right.
on his computer. It's fractals. I think he
Well-
knows more about this than I thought.
I seem to have 2 emails. Let me check and see if they're relevant to anything.
Okay.
One of you do. Your 2 emails seem to have arrived while you were in the basement spaces. One of them appears to be from an Ashton Henland at the Usher Foundation. You remember reaching out to them during your investigations, looking for information on the Not Them. Another one appears to be from the London-based archives.
The Magnus Archives in London. To Mortimer Bosch, Sebastian Saint Laurent, CC Celine Delacroix. Subject not them. Greetings from Edinburgh. Recent circumstances has forced me to temporarily relocate to Scotland. Have no concern, we have the matter well in hand. As per your request, we have consulted with Director Delacroix, CC'd, who has confirmed that you are cleared for this information within. We have perused our records and believe the attached audio file may offer some insights into your research of this creature. The creature's voice has been preserved through magnetic tape and converted to a digital format. Consultation with various staff members seem to confirm that the voice may sound unique from individual to individual. 2 of my assistants swore they heard a female voice, while the other, including myself, all heard a male voice in the attached recording. Due to happenings in the last 10 years, we no longer have the specifics or the personnel involved in the collection of this recording. Other recordings indicate only the great threat posed by this creature. I hope this information is not too late to aid you. Lorianne Darby, head archivist of the Magnus Archives.
And there is audio attached. Are you playing it now? Or
Absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead.
You dare compel me to speak. Ah, the endless arrogance of beholding. You'd be far better served to banish me quickly and be done with it. Wait. Stop. I talk, you must release me. I will go somewhere else and become someone else. You are correct. I am not your archival assistant, Adrian Campbell. I am not Adrian. Watching you run back and forth in paranoia these last few months has been an enjoyable time. Every time you've pushed someone away or ruined a relationship with more half-truths and excuses, I've been there, a glutton for your discomfort. I don't know what it was that gave me away, but you seem to have caught me. What? Is this a spell? Some ritual? Oh my. Have you been working with the mother of puppets? You made a dangerous friend or 2 to capture me. Doesn't matter, you know. Soon, the ritual will occur, and the dream of the anglerfish will make the stranger ascendant, and all others will join the dance. We'll take the faces from each of you and watch as it knows you becomes I do not know you. You were right. It was the warped mirror. You left poor Adrian in front of it, and it gave me a chance to slip into his life. What? I destroyed the mirror. That small part of it can't be enough to rebind me. No. Archivist, let me go. I will leave you and your institute. No, wait.
Oh my.
Well.
Mirror. Warped mirror.
The stranger, the anglefish, the ritual, the mirror, the mother of puppets.
It knows you, mother of puppets. Those names, we've seen them before.
Let me look at the other email.
Yeah, let's look at the other one.
It says, Mortimer Bosch, Sebastian Saint Laurent, subject not them. This is from Ashton Henland. Forgive my ill humor at the situation, but our one single case on file regarding the creature involves your former head archivist. In April 2004, Vivian Pascal made a trip to Missouri to help a man named Cole McFarney, who believed his brother had been taken and replaced by a not them. From what we understand, the creature was successfully dealt with. Days later, we interviewed Cole. His statement was nearly incoherent with grief, but a follow-up interview offered more insight into the situation. Ashton Heinland, collector for the Usher Foundation.
Did they give that interview with that? Is there
Yes.
a touch? Okay.
There's another one.
Let's hear that interview.
Okay, let's go over this again. This not Chris you described. The lookalike who replaced your brother.
No. That's the thing. It wasn't a copy. It looked nothing like my brother Chris. In fact, it was so different from my brother's features. Hair, clothing, style. It was even weirder that no one else could see it.
Did anyone believe you?
No. Everyone, even our parents, believed completely that this was Chris. I spent a night going through old photos, Facebook pictures, anything I could find, and it was all this other person.
And this new Chris, you believed he was what, mocking you?
At first, it was just like I was going crazy. I was the only person experiencing this. I thought everyone was playing a joke on me. And then it got more serious, and people were turning on me. It was turning them against me, and I accused him to his face, and he laughed at me. Anytime he was around, it was like he was just daring me to start a confrontation.
That must have been pretty awful for you. Were you afraid?
Yeah, I was afraid. I kept thinking that it would happen again, that someone else would change, but it didn't. 3 months passed, and it just slowly got worse and worse. My parents didn't want to talk to me till I apologized to Chris, but every time I saw him, things escalated.
And when it finally attacked you, you were ready. Can you tell me about the music box?
I was desperate, trying anything to find someone who could help me. Finally, someone contacted me and they believed me. Her name was Vivian Pascal. I thought I was being scammed at first, but she agreed to help for free. She asked a lot of questions and I started to put things together. That day in spring, when Chris and I were emptying out my grandparents' attic, there was this music box we found. He had taken it, thinking he'd get a good deal. Well, I hadn't realized that it was just after that my brother was gone and that thing took his place. She was sure the music box had something to do with it, so we tracked it down to a pawn shop. Then she helped me set up a trap and she took it from there. She knew what she was doing. After that, she went back to Canada and we never spoke again. She advised me to come in and share my story.
Well, thank you for sharing it with us. I'm glad to hear this. Not Chris seems to be gone now. I'll pass this on to our investigators and let them take it from here.
Music box. Why a music box?
There's a mirror in it.
Mirror. The music box.
Mirror.
There seems to be some kind of, there's an object associated with these occurrences.
So some kind of...
Sometime
Go ahead.
in the morning of the day we went to the art gallery, she was herself. And then by the time we saw her that night, she was not Danielle. So she encountered a mirror somewhere in that span of time.
Or a music box or something else.
Something
What
with
was
a
her
mirror in it.
assignment?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
What did we have her doing that day? Was she looking at stuff at the gallery? I mean, so at the museum? Maybe she found some object there.
We have some artifacts here, but was she cataloging things for us?
What did we have her doing that day?
She was cataloging. Do we have any objects in our archive, amongst our things that have a mirror in them?
You have quite a few mysterious artifacts and items. Looking through like a manifest or actual list that you have of stuff, are any of you going into the artifact storage area?
Well,
Yeah,
we're currently
what floor
still.
is that on? Is it in the basement?
Oh yeah, you're not at the library. Yeah,
We're currently
Right,
at a
right.
cafe.
Yeah.
But we've got some things on display in cases, and some of them are very pretty old artifacts.
Do we have anything in the vault? Maybe. Well, she wouldn't be in the vault.
No, but it could have been something else. Like they were looking at stuff.
But wait a minute.
They were making notes. We could look at the notes they were making for us to see when she would hit it.
Hold on. Didn't we have the cameras installed by then?
Yeah.
Can we track where she went?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Let's see.
Yeah,
I should also have a fairly profound knowledge of the artifacts that are in the thing.
I'm gonna pull up my camera app and see if I'm gonna go back to see. I know I can see things, but I'm gonna go and see if I could try to pull up something from that date.
So
Okay.
The video.
so at this time of the day, she was still her. So follow her from there and see what she
All
encountered.
right.
Right.
It definitely sounds like you can trap the thing in a mirror,
The original
But then you've
thing is
gotta-
probably what you need.
but then you've got to put the mirror somewhere where nobody gets
Hit
a
again.
hold
Yeah.
of it.
I think it comes out of it, and then you can
Yeah,
put
but
it back in.
it definitely sounds like a specific.
Although,
Magical
how
artifact.
sure are we that the music box has a mirror? I've seen several of them that didn't.
We're not sure of anything.
Yeah.
All right.
It just could be any artifact that they're attached to.
Yeah.
It could even be a table, for God knows.
Well,
Or-
let's take a look at the footage.
All right.
Rory goes back and can access, and you remember you and Mortimer both talking to Sentinel Security about Steadfast Sentinel Security about increased longer times, and yeah, you can see it's all still on file, and you can see the students going through the library, going through different things. You do see at one point they go in and are carrying and removing a few items from artifact storage that they put on the tables outside, and then kind of go back in, and it looks like they're cleaning up and moving things around, recataloging items, and move it, and then they pick the items and move up. Yeah, and I think maybe I will have you guys pick if there's a particular item that stands out as it gets moved back in.
I think my theory would be that one of the items in one of the cases was a small music box.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that she might have opened it to see if there was a little ballerina, and thus exposed herself to the mirror.
And maybe Vivian Pascal brought it back to the to here with her.
Nice. Yeah.
Although you
because-
think we would have had that thing under lock and key better. That's
Maybe
ridiculous.
she thought
But we
she
didn't know what
did.
it was.
Yeah.
There's weird
Maybe she thought-
transitions in this place.
And because there's been so much upheaval in the library with collections being out of whack and books being missing and things, it could easily have fallen through the cracks, as it were.
It's also very possible that Vivian did bring it back, that she put it somewhere where it would not be disturbed, and that I came in, and while I was reorganizing and cleaning things, I thought, oh, we'll put this on display. I didn't open it, so.
Well, and I don't think we can't discount that somebody didn't bring it out maliciously as well.
Right.
That's possible too. Yeah.
Well, let's confirm that we still have it, because we're going to need it to put her back.
But
And then as soon as we get back to the library, I'm going to try and see if I can find the case file that Vivian had to have made if she, went back to Canada after it was all said and done.
Yeah. They weren't very well organized. It'll be a
No, I
challenge.
know.
But
It's also possible that if I was the monster, I would have immediately destroyed that music box.
Maybe she can't touch it.
That is
Often-
possible.
There's a connection.
These kind of stories, they often can't handle the thing that is their weakness.
I
That's
don't
why
think
you can
it's,
still get them.
Well, and apparently it might not even have to be whole, because didn't the not
Yeah.
Chris react to a shard of the mirror he'd been
Yeah.
trapped in?
Mhm.
Or rather than not Adrian.
Yeah.
But not Adrian, yeah. That's
but
what I meant.
it sounded to me like in both of those recordings, cases, whatever, that there was, at least in the first one, it sounded like they had did some type of ritual in order
Yeah.
to get them back in. We don't know what that is, right? We haven't come
Right.
across anything like that.
Right. And I'm thinking that it has to do probably with any mirror, but it's just one that you put some sort of hex on and then trap the thing in.
Well, let's try to find the original and then see if there's anything with it.
We could trap her in a mirror. We could trap her in the mirror and put the mirror in the red room.
Yeah. From what you remember of the story, Mortimer, Vivian Pascal passed away on an overseas flight. Marius Bonnell, the director at the time, had decided that she would not be replaced and basically let everybody go. Most staff were transferred into roles at McGill and moved away from St. Cyprian. And as director, he remained the single employee and caretaker of the library for about 10 years. From 2005 to 2015, at which point he retired due to his health decline and was placed in a asylum. I think we had mentioned was in Quebec City previously.
I mean, there's always the chance that he was corrupted.
Well,
And
but you got one person that's the institutional memory is completely lost.
And it was after that point the actual Magnus Institute got a hold of Celine and Jean, and then Mortimer was hired, and the rest of you were eventually brought on.
whole library was an artifact of danger.
It's coming on about 6 p.m. now.
Let's see if the thing is still there.
As we're heading back to the library, I also, fill in Dr. Bosch and Dr. Saint Laurent about what we saw with Adrian and what we may have found out.
Oh, with Andrei Sidorov.
Yeah.
Breads
Yeah.
or breadcrumb trails.
Part of me wants to talk to Nikita Sidorov, another part of me most certainly does not.
Well, if she's an enemy of the people trying to do this thing in the north,
That is
maybe
true.
we should talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they all seem disagreeable to some degree, but if they're opposed to each other, we can use them to defeat each other.
That is
What
true.
do we know about this Sidorov family? Apparently they're very wealthy. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. Wealthy and, from what I could tell, Russian.
I'm gonna do the internet search, kind of see if I find anything about what the Sidorovs are involved in. I'm guessing they're criminals, but I don't want to be racist. So maybe they're investment bankers.
It doesn't take a whole lot of digging before you discover the name Gregory Sidorov is a Russian oil baron of some import.
Wow.
And it mentions that you find mention of a son, but no mention of a daughter.
Huh.
Well, he
Interesting.
did say he wasn't in contact with her. Maybe Oil Baron Daddy disowned her for some reason.
Or she walked away from the family because of her cult connections.
If she's Russian, she might have a different last name.
Sidorova, yeah.
Or named after the mother. It could be anything. Ivanova or... I'm, of course, going to glove up with my white silk gloves, and I'm going to go into the vault.
You're
and
not
see if I
going
can
alone.
find
Remember,
that.
we're going in pairs or triples or whatever we got to do. We got to really work on sticking together.
See if I can find that music box.
Yeah, and while who's going in with Mortimer?
I am because I'm personally invested in
Yeah.
this.
Oh, perfect. Okay. And the other three of you looking at different leads. Maybe Rory's doing some online searching for the Sidorovs. What about Ethan?
I'm still very focused on so as you all are talking about the Sidorovs and all of this, I'm still thinking that's a tomorrow issue. We still have the today issue of Ken Wallace and Vandermeer and the what we're investigating. I don't want to forget that, so
And
I'm going to do a little bit of research
we're
and see if I can
supposed to
find
speak
who
to Nell
Milton
as
is.
well.
and unfortunately, we got distracted, so we never got the chance to even check out.
Right. I think it's
the
more
dorm.
important that we talk to Milton Vandermeer, so I'm going to try to find where he lives or
Right.
anything like that.
Now we'll group up again.
Actually, do we still have the contact information for Joanne?
You have contact information for Joanne, and she had shared contact information for Penelope or for Nell as
Okay.
well.
No.
So I very quickly sent her a message just asking, by the way, had an encounter with Andrei Sidorov, seemed to be under the same compulsion Nell was under. Was there he apparently is familiar with both Ken Wallace, Milton Vandermeer, and Nell. Was there like an event they all went to, a class they all had, some experience they had that could have that triggered all this at the same time? Because there's some sort of commonality with them.
Yeah, you see message seen, and there's a few minutes before there you see typing start back, and she writes back, no event that I'm aware of, but they did both have some classes together.
Yes, he mentioned that. Was there? Did Nell ever talk about a class where maybe all four of them had at the same time?
She said, and again, kind of paused, and then she said there was one where she had first told me about Mel or about Milton, and if stops, types again, and says, I could message her, but it was after it was some kind of argument with one of his professors about the nature of free will.
We're planning to speak with her anyway. We haven't quite gotten there yet. But it seems like perhaps that argument may have been the catalyst of this. I take it probably only Nell would know which professor it was.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry. She says I haven't talked to her since.
All right, thank you.
Meanwhile, Mortimer, you will switch over to the guys going in. You both have suited up to go in. While the two of you are stepping into this artifact room, you both know that you're going over things and where you expect to see the music box. It is missing. But I'm going to have you both tell me about another artifact that you take note of while you're in there.
So there's a saxophone in an old beat up case.
Yep.
And it's missing the reed you need to play it, and it's missing the little strap that you would need to wear it. But other than that, it looks completely functional. I don't know, it's a mezzo sax or whatever you distinguish. It was made back at the turn of the last century, back when a lot of these things were made, maybe somewhere in Chicago. And it's got some kind of story behind it. My character is always tempted to pick it up and figure out how to play it because it looks like a beautiful instrument. So when he sees it, that thought goes through his head again. Oh, God, I'd love to learn how to play the saxophone. Look at that. What a beautiful looking instrument. Yeah.
Interesting. How about Mortimer?
There are a number of clay tablets that are very ancient Sumerian, covered in cuneiform and believed to contain incantations and spells, possibly prayers to the gods. they were confiscated from a cult that was the premise was that they were going to use them in some ritual, and they were priceless, valuable artifacts. So we managed to obtain them and keep them here, but we don't know exactly what they are, and nobody reads cuneiform. We'd have to get a professor, and we'd be afraid to let the professor read it. It might have Necronomicon sort of, you read it and you go insane. So,
or it could be
up there.
It might be a collection of jokes too. The oldest known jokes are written Sumerian. They're things about dogs and bars.
If it was jokes, then it wouldn't have been that important to these cultists.
Well, they might not know their jokes.
A dog walks into a bar.
Yes, it's that one. Yeah.
Yes, the music box itself is missing.
Damn it.
So
I'm sure she got the music box and took it or destroyed it. And my theory is that it can be any mirror. It's just got to be set aside and, I don't know, blessed with magic or something and turned into a trap.
Yeah, how about Rory?
How? We need to go deep into research in magical spells and see if we can find anything.
Yeah.
So Rory's looking for Nikki, set her off under the various suggestions Dr. Mill gave him about Russian naming conventions. See if you can find any kind of...
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Give me a intellect task, any kind of computers or anything like that might help.
I've got, let's see what I got here. I got electronics, which I use for everything, but
that might not quite fit.
That doesn't quite fit. I think it would be more of an intellect test for the
yeah, you could certainly spend effort for it.
Yeah. So it was
level 5.
Level 5.
It's fairly well buried.
Okay, I'm gonna spend I'll spend, so 4 would be a 12, right? Jeez. I have no edge here. So I can take it down 2 levels. But I'm really hurting on the intellect right now. I'll take it down 1 level. I'll go down from 7 to 4.
From 6 to 4. Or, sorry, was that 5?
Oh yeah, I had intelligence is 7. So I can take it down from 5 to 4. I'm taking it down 5 to 4.
I got you. You're right.
Yeah.
You are hurting.
I could take it down with another 3 points, but I'd have 1 intellect left, and I mean, Roy's.
Yeah, you can always do a recovery roll to
That's
build
true.
up again.
I could do it. Okay, so why don't I do that? I'll take it down to 1, and we'll get it down from 5 to 4 to 3. So 9 or higher.
Yep.
All right. That's a 14.
14. Yeah, you are able to find traces of her out there eventually on the internet connected with the Sidorovs. It does look like she was disowned. You can't exactly tell why. But sometime after, it may have had to do with her either flunking out or dropping out of McGill, where she was sent as to be a student.
Mm-hmm. Can I get like a basic address where she might be now or anything like that out of that? Less known address or something. We know she's. Sounds like the kid said she was still in Montreal, probably, but who knows?
Yeah, you know what? I think rather than an address, you can't quite get that, but you do get a picture of her that you find, and you can see that it is her. She is a fairly attractive woman with long black hair. You can see that she is sitting in a car. It looks like a blue sports car that she is sitting inside in this picture you find online.
Is it a Corvette by any chance?
Yeah, it is.
Oh boy.
I quite possibly do like a slew of curse words in almost every language I know.
Well, we get a lot of names and we get a lot of threads, but they all eventually come back together. So maybe it's not so bad as I thought. I think we're onto something here. I think we found Mr. Young's killer.
And by the way, was I right on her name, or is it something else?
Yeah, the way they spell it for a woman, the way they change it. What is Sidorova?
Well, no, I also mean like for her first name, because sometimes
Nikki, mostly short for Nikita.
Okay.
Yeah. She flunked out of McGill, it looks like. I think her parents were pissed.
Ethan, how are you doing?
Things are starting to make sense. Now, just looking up, again to find out where Vandermeer is. Anything, even going to the extent of looking him up on social media, see if he's posting anything or people are posting things about him, and just trying to figure out where he's at or where he could be.
He has not made posts for several days now, it appears. But going back a little further, you can see a post of the outside of Chapelle Notre-Dame de Sacré-Cœur.
Probably the church he got thrown out. That's what I was wondering. He got thrown out of that church, but that doesn't mean that he won't go back there. So that is probably where we're going to find him.
Yeah. And the more...
As soon as I see that, you see my eyes go...
Is that familiar?
That's Mortimer's church.
Oh. Okay.
It looks like we could find out more about this kid from Dr. Bosch's friend confessor there.
Looking through the rest of his posts, you see it's a combination of reshared other religiously led things. You can see there's pictures of him. He's fairly scrawny looking young man, fairly awkward looking, but it's interspersed with lots of Bible pictures, lots of pictures of being at McGill, and there's one of him in front of a McGill University sign out by one of the main education buildings. The five of you are reunited. I think, Dr. Melanie, were you calling Nell?
Actually, yeah. Well, actually, no. I'm texting to see if I can set up like just a chat.
I've got a cipher that might help with what the doctor and I were doing, and Mortimer and I were doing. It's called Taking Stock, and it lets you ask a question. So the question would be, where can we find the ritual to put the knot away, to get rid of it?
Yeah.
And literally taking stock, because here we are in the artifact storage.
Yeah.
So let's give it a try.
Since you spent a cipher for it, and since I kind of think it's fun to give you guys some opportunities for this, do you think it should be somewhere close or available to you guys, or do you have any ideas for?
Well, I would like to think that the lady in question, that archivist who seemed to be pretty competent, might have considered the possibility that this could have happened in the future, as some archivists do. They sort of plan ahead a little bit, and they're sort of like, in case of fire break class type of thing that we find, in case of not symbol, read this or something. It's literally just, we would have ignored it because it didn't mean anything to us till this point.
Yeah. I like where you're going with that. So I think if you don't mind me taking and running with that, I think then you will have to wonder if maybe that is outside of regular circulation of what you have access to, and perhaps it's specifically under Celine Delacroix's control. That maybe she has it in her office somewhere in a locked file folder or something.
So we have to contact Celine and ask her for it. Okay.
How's that? Does that sound agreeable to you?
Sure.
That's cool.
Say Celine
I'm not sure.
Celine, we
I'm
need
not
to
sure
talk.
I'm not sure I want to contact Celine.
I don't want to break into her stuff, and
that's always an option too.
Well,
we're not criminals.
I'm going to ask her.
I can't lockpick.
No, I'm going to ask her. She's our employer. We have a trust relationship.
Well, if you're going to break in, you might as well steal her cigarettes too and throw them out on her.
Oh, that's That's oh my goodness.
Our reason for breaking in is not nefarious. It's
Okay,
it's
fine,
farious.
we can break in, but then you and I, Mortimer, are going to tell her we did it tomorrow. Okay?
Only if we no. You
Yes!
handed her Mark Antoine's information. She's going to start asking more questions as to where we found it and all of.
He was CC'd on a few of your emails today too.
Yeah, I think she's in the loop, Mortimer. We're going to talk to her tomorrow. Let's get it right now, but we'll talk to her tomorrow.
Technically, she should be in the loop. She's our boss.
Yeah, like, why are we assuming that she's an enemy? Like, I don't get that.
What if she is?
Based
what
on
if she knows?
Any one of them.
Because she seems to know way more than we do.
Right, but
and yet she's not forthcoming in information.
Well, we should still talk to her.
Let's at least
Oh my goodness. Are Jesuits paranoid? Is this what it is?
We can.
You get that
that's a fear.
All right. I think we can probably table the "Are we going to get fired for this?" conversation to a later date. We still have a murderous monster on the.
All right, let's
loose.
get the information, and then we'll deal with we'll ask for apologies afterwards. Fine.
Which murderous monster?
I'd rather ask for forgiveness.
Not Danielle. Yes, ask for forgiveness. Exactly.
And thankfully, I say, as you see me fiddling with my hair a little bit, I pull out it looks like a bobby pin, but then I sort of twist it a little bit, and it turns into a very slim looking set of lockpicks.
Damn, girl.
Always good to watch a maestro at work.
Also, psychologist. She has the lockpick of your brain.
It wouldn't be a hard lock to pick in my case.
So, Dr. Melanie, are you headed down the hall to Celine's office?
Well, I mean, I'm not going alone.
Yeah, we're coming with you.
But I'm going to have to be the one doing the lock picking.
Yes.
So, I also look at Mortimer. Gloves, please.
Remember, we're going to be on camera.
Oh, well.
If she's going to see the tape, well, I don't even know if she even bothers to look at the tapes, but
she probably doesn't.
She probably doesn't. Just figures if we need them.
I kind of feel like we should just assume that she knows everything that goes on here.
She does.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
Fair enough.
So she's going to know.
Go ahead her office door is locked. The lights inside are off. You know that while you guys were out before you came back, that she left for the night.
Wait a minute, Rory, don't you have a key?
Yeah, I've got security keys to everything. I think. Would I have a key to?
You should.
I would have a key to everything about how to get in. So
yeah.
Why don't we just?
In that case, what am I doing?
There might be something inside we need your
her file folder.
I don't have a key to her desk. Yeah. So,
yes, it's the key to the office. So that's one step.
Just the office.
All right, okay. Rory, get us in, and then when we.
Okay, Rory opens the
door. It was nice working here.
Yeah, you can see the pair of chairs on the opposite side of her desk, and very few pictures or any FA. There's just a light amount of ornamentation. You can see a small kind of tribal-looking statue on her desk off to the side of some trip she was on somewhere, and a few.
Does she have pictures of her 4 husbands?
Yeah, maybe the most recent one.
There he is. Look at him. The poor son.
Yeah. And you can see there's a large filing cabinet behind her desk.
There we go.
He's standing next to her coughing.
Choking.
Open it up.
Go ahead, Doctor.
Francois. I don't know how they've managed to make it work, but... All right, filing cabinets. Looking at anything that could possibly give a hint as to, like, if, in case of not thing,
so
unlock this.
I will have you roll a speed test, please, to unlock it. It's going to be a level 4 test.
Okay.
Your
In that
lockpicks
case,
are going to ease it by 1 level already, so that's going to bump it down to a level 3.
right, and like I said, I'm trained in it too.
Yes, so that'll bump it down to a level 2.
Okay. I'm gonna start checking my skills real quick. Oh, wait a minute. Let me check something really fast. Hi, baby. Shiva's being a bit, snuggly right now. Oh, yes. Also, Ethan's here. I get an asset.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So that is now a
Cool.
level 1. Okay. 13.
13 is a success, and it opens, and you see it, and you see all the different colored file folders, and it does seem to be about a series of different cases, and you're kind of scanning through them.
Okay.
I think I'm going to give you an int task to see how quickly you find it, to file through it and go through her organization. But as that happens, there's a ding on Rory's phone.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna take a look, see what it is. It's a text message, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it is, and it looks like it's from Steadfast Security. It just looks like there is a notice at the front entrance to the St. Cyprian Library.
An entrance.
I'm gonna put the camera on, see who's at the door.
So while he's doing that, how difficult is this int test for me scanning for the stuff?
Level 2.
2? Okay. I do have researching.
Yep, perfect. Yep.
Okay.
Down to
While
1.
she's doing that, I'm going to walk out towards the front
16.
door.
Oh, hold up, Professor.
16.
I'll
Yep.
go with you.
And you find a thick pad of papers, and looking at it, you see stuff that looks very relevant to this. As Rory
Here we are.
and Mortimer are walking out, you see a woman at the end of the hallway walking towards you, and stops and
How'd she
takes
get
you
in?
the front door, and
Is it our CFO
Jean
there?
Marchand. Yeah.
What's her? Hello, Jean. We never get to see you around here. How are you?
She seems surprised to see you, and says, "I'm good. What are you doing in Celine's office?"
Got to get something for a emergency case we're working on right here.
Mr. Bosch, right? I think we met when you were hired.
Yes, that's correct.
Or Dr. Bosch, sorry, Dr. Bosch. And you must be Rory.
Yes, ma'am.
Jean, why are you here this late?
Oh, just thought I'd stop in and just check a few of the numbers. I've gone through all the repairs to the St. Cyprian van. You guys did quite a number on it back last month.
Reverse, forward. They look alike.
Well, we're currently working on a case. So if you need to get something from her office, feel free. But we're going through case files at the moment.
Oh, are you? Anything in specific?
We're not allowed to discuss the case files.
Very well.
As I sort of am kind of hearing from the doorway what they're talking about, the folder that I grabbed, I slip into my briefcase.
Yeah, okay. She moves past and says, well, I won't be long, just got a few things to figure out here. But,
Okay.
you folks have a nice night.
Yeah.
And
You too.
she stops again and kind of turns back and looks at Rory again and says, spent a lot of time alone in your life, haven't you?
Yeah, that's my family when I was very young.
That can be a strength, you know.
It can. Now I've got these people under my charge. They're like a family to me. All of you.
I suppose for as long as you have them, right?
I like to keep it that way. Thank you, Mom.
Yeah, have a good night. And
You
she
too.
heads into her room. We'll cut out then to outside the institute. Oh, sorry, did someone else want to speak up quick?
No, it's okay if you want to do a cut. I was going to say, let's look at the notes. But
Yeah, okay.
Fade out, that's fine.
Yeah, no, we'll fade out to outside the building where the St. Cyprian Library is being watched from eyes watching from a nearby alleyway, and the man standing there watching feels his hand shake and looks down to the one holding the knife, and he can barely hold it in his hand. He's shaking so much. And that's where we'll end the episode. Thank you, guys.
Creepy. Always so creepy.
Yeah.
What's Gene up to?
Doing your job.
Yet another label for the board.
Yep.
Mortimer's gone paranoid on us.
I've got a theory, but
Our players included Joe Bardalis, Jen Obertaz, Tyler Hudak, Troy Lehman, and myself, with Mike McKinn as the game master. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you'd like to show us your appreciation, please visit our Patreon page, or you can use the thanks button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the horrors locked in the Magnus Archives. Until next time, good luck, good gaming.